Good evening, Salem City fans, and what a beautiful evening it is for a soccer game. Welcome to the Salem City FC game against North Carolina FC. Here is our starting lineup. Hailing from North Carolina FC, number 6, Brendan Lamb. Number 7, Alexander Martin. Number 8, Caden Tolentino. Number 9, Luke Hilly. Number 11, Curtis De Leon. Number 20, John McDowell. 24, Keenan Bader. Number 31, Samuel Terranova. 38, Jacob Shannon. Number 39, Parker Farrell. Number 40, Benjamin Salter, and from our coaching staff, Giovanni Salas, Daniel Truce, Daniel Saletti, and Christopher Harrington. Now hailing from Salem City FC, your starting lineup is number 2, Yves Chea. Number 3, Max Fisher. 4, Amara Kamara. 8, Philip Schmidt. 10, Lucas Morrow. 13, Teddy Baker. 14, Gabriel Pacheco. 21, Tate Lawrence. 22, Patrick McDonald. 25, Guillermo Fontes. 99, Seth Wilson. And your coaching staff, we have Chris Williams, Liam Davies, and Craig Chudley. We are pleased to have Reagan High School's color guard presenting our nation's flag tonight. Please stand and remove your caps for our national anthem.
Well, typically this time of the year here in just in the outskirts of Winston-Salem, this would be most likely more of a summer-like atmosphere, but spring still hanging on. It is a delightful evening under mostly blue skies on a showdown at sundown between two teams that are very, very familiar with each other. It's the I-40 Derby. NCFC, who has been about as perfect as you can get to the start of the 2024 season. So perfect, in fact, they have outscored their opponents 13-0 in a perfect undefeated record. They sit atop of the South Atlantic. But the old Kings still have something to say. They have not allowed a goal in their territory, whether it's here or the turf field right beside us. They have outscored their opponents 4-0. They are 2-2. They have not lost, but a very, very talented squad. They will line up with Wilson, Seth Wilson in the net, a transfer that will be at UNCG this year. They'll have Shayup in the back, Fisher in the back, Kamara in the back, Schmidt, Morrow, Baker, Teddy Baker, Pacheco, Lawrence, McDonald, and Fontes. For NCFC, they'll be led by their netminder, NC State Wolfpack goalkeeper Terranova, followed by UVA's defender Lamb, Martin, Tolentino, Luke Hilly, De Leon, McDowell, Bader, Shannon, O'Farrell, and Salter. NCFC in all navy blue and navy blue tops and navy blue shorts as the sun's setting just to the west of us. We are just west of Winston-Salem, right across the street from the beautiful and well-known Bermuda Run. I'm Ty Collins, delighted to be on the call here at Truist Soccer Park. It's a derby between two unbeatens and two teams that do not particularly like each other. And we are ready to go. We are underway in the shadows. Here's Lamb playing it back to the support. Tolentino. And a clip over. And ahead, the clearance that just went out of bounds. Salem City FC coming over back home once more after being on the road. And they came back from behind to tie the Charlotte Eagles this past Saturday. Their two home wins here was against Charlotte Independence and Tobacco Road FC, which was a 1-0 win. As Baker trying to work around. A lot of NC State players on this squad here for NCFC, which also, ironically, there's some NC State players that will be new Wolfpack come this fall. There's one of them, Chayup, number 2, coming over from ETSU. Inserted pass, trying to find Baker. And a double head, trying to clear it by Shannon. Here's McDonald. McDonald wearing the captain armband. We'll play it to the left to Fisher. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence unable to turn, so he'll try to pinch in. Brought in the defenders and allowed a lot of space. Here's Shayup. Shayup inserting himself into the fray. As Lawrence gets it. And rather than turn upwards, he will play it back. McDonald playing more defensive side. Outlet pass to Fisher. Fisher just kept it in play. And Baker gives it right back, but it goes out of bounds. It will be a corner. Our first corner of the match to the home side. Baker will be the one taking it. Also, the short option will be Fontes. Let's see what Salem City can do here. Long, arcing, bending, going far stick. A right idea and a good play ball on a tackle from behind that by Kamara, which luckily does not result in a card. Quickly squishing any type of reckless play, but no card given. And we will play on. This NCFC team has been together for a long time. A good amount of them. which probably is the reason for such a successful start to 2024. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start than going undefeated and not allowing a goal yet, and outscoring their opponents 13-0. As Fisher was trying to put his head up, an unlucky touch taken away by Lamb, and then McDonald takes it right back. McDonald has an option to the left. That's Lawrence. Lawrence pokes it right back, looking for McDonald, but it's cut out by NCFC. Schmidt will come and bring it in, wrangle it in, and pull it back to the support. A quick switch by Pacheco, and on the far side, it looks as if Fontes has gotten taken down. So it'll be a free kick after a corner kick moments ago. Salem City now will have a free kick in a spot in which they could possibly put a mark on the scoreboard. The first of this match. Pacheco is in there, as well as Morrow and Kamara. Left-footed, whipped across, and it's bounced and hopped off the fingertips from Terranova, and he's able to squash out any type of threat. NCFC trying to see if they can build. They have not seen much of any of the attacking thirds so far. And of course, that won't last for long. Already, Salem City FC has given Terranova a little bit of a tough day at the office. The outlet to Tolentino, and then through to De Leon. This is Lamb. Lamb just moves that directly to Salter. And let's see if NCFC can slowly but progressively build and get into the final third. And they'll try again from the back and then build up. This is Salter. And to his right is Shannon. Good takeaway by Fontes, and Fontes was just a little too late of distributing that ball. Here's McDonald, and McDonald with some physicality put in by Martin there. Martin will be playing at UNCG, and a little bit of a clip, possibly try to settle right there in front of the 6, hoping for possibly Hilly to run on. Hilly, who made his mark with the NC State Wolfpack, but interesting enough, he will be headed to Carolina this fall. A huge rival of NC State. But NC State with a coaching change, and with coaching changes, there comes transfers. And Hilly actually one of the leading scorers in all of USL-2 this season with 4 goals. And CFC try to work on that left channel, pulled back by and now try it again with the left channel and a one-touch by Bader. Bader was very, very well used by UNCG on that attack and on that left channel, ironically enough. Back to the support to Tolentino. Salem City FC working slowly, moving up their press. As McDonald trying to settle, plays it back to Kamara. And McDonald trying to wrestle this one away. It's taken away, and NCFC with their first good look. Lamb sits this one on the ground, but goes left of the post. Tate Lawrence right here lined up close to this touchline. And moving that line up. McDonald, Greensboro native who played with a Fusion in his youth, and now, of course, a star in Indiana. And back here in his home state of North Carolina is Salem City FC. May have whipped up something that possibly could result in a goal. But they'll have to play it back out and see if they can work it back into the attacking third. They have been the aggressors here thus far in the early doors. Baker. Fisher trying to find that channel, and Baker decides to give it a ride on the switch. Chayup. Not much room to work. One touch right over the top. Baker. Quick click back to McDonald. McDonald continues it back to Pacheco. We'll see if this press could cause Salem City to get out of all sorts. This is a long ball on the right channel intended for Fontes. Here's Morrow. Olivia. Morrow. Diagonal ball. Here's a shot by Tate Lawrence that was absolutely a scud missile. Heated off and is last touched by NCFC, so it'll be a corner. So another corner for the home side. It'll be Fontes taking it. Taking up close to the 13th minute. Pacheco back inside the box as a target. High ball flying in on that far stick. May have hit off the shoulder, but it was touched by a Salem City FC attacker. Tolentino and Martin are the ones, the two up front strikers. And McDonald tried to skid right by Martin. Martin may have gotten away with a pull. And over the top was a little overcooked. It goes out of bounds.
Our back of jersey sponsor, visit Dave & Buster's for a whole new way to play. They're actually here tonight doing some fun things for everyone.
On to the 14th minute. Both teams have not lost. Salem City with 2 ties, 2 draws. But NCFC, they have dominated all the way to this point. Undefeated, never tied. All wins and all 3 points. Clipped over, looking for Morrow. Morrow banging. Morrow banging up against Salter, and this altercation will result in a free kick for NCFC. Terranova, goalkeeper for NC State this past fall, and had some huge matches for the Wolfpack. Backspin on this one won't quite reach the midway line. That's at least a bit of flicked by Schmidt, but goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for NCFC. Terranova will be a sophomore at NC State from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And 5 starts out of those 5 appearances for the Pack last season. A toe poke that does not result in what NCFC had planned. And Baker hits the pitch really, really violently. And luckily, Baker looks to be all right. But, man, you could feel and hear that with his body hitting and crashing down onto the pitch. McDonald. Pacheco, well-played ball on a platter for Lawrence, although the defense was right there. That was Tolentino. A precarious corner, but NCFC trying to work out of it. Fisher gets involved. Fisher clips over. Oh, maybe intended for Fontes, but maybe Morrow thought it was for him. Fontes, a little step over. And it's last touched by the visitors in CFC. It'll be a corner. Another corner for Salem City FC. Pacheco has come in there. Schmidt is in there, as well as Kamara. Tate Lawrence and Morrow. There's a short option if they decide to go that route. Salem City worked on this on set pieces yesterday during training. Hoping to execute those opportunities. Does not work out on a finish there. It's good teamwork by Kamara coming over to help Chayup. Chayup had a little unlucky touch. Here is on the outside space is Bader. Bader swinging this one across. A brief look and a probing pass that finds De Leon offside. In the 18th minute, 0-0. Sun finally setting over the tree line here at Truist Soccer Park. Big South Atlantic fixture. Salem City FC, once known as Fusion. New brand, new name. Still pretty much the same team concept. Pacheco playing that one back. Right channel. Hilly calling for his support is Tolentino, but Hilly wants to give it a rip himself. And it's not near the frame, but smothered by Wilson. Not the guy you want to leave open as an option is Baker. Baker quickly to the left to Lawrence. Lawrence with his head up on the outside of his right boot, looking for an option. McDonald. The quick touch to Fisher. They'll usher it back as the back line now decides to move back a little bit. Here comes Hilly, try to pressure Wilson, and Wilson has to just let it go. Intended for Fontes. Schmidt trying to get possession back. He does for a brief moment, having a fight off two NCFC players. The ball goes out of bounds.
If you're not already following Salem City FC,
looks like Chayup will be taking the throw in.
Follow us at Salem City_FC.
A stoppage of time here just to sort things out. As Chayup looking to quickly get this one into play. A whole bunch of NCFC players there as Fontes tried to find his way maneuvering out of that. Baker clips it over the top. Tracking it down is Salter, and Salter, nice touched out of bounds. A quick throw in on the attacking third of Salem City. Morrow. He's pinned up against that corner. He's able to play off an NCFC defender. It'll be a throw in, quick throw in. Lawrence is over here asking for it. He'll get it. Lawrence. Fisher. Oh, Fisher tried to reconnect with Lawrence, but it was well read. Now McDonald and Lawrence will try to work. Baker brings two. Spins off one of the defenders of NCFC, and quickly up ahead is Pacheco. Pacheco moves into a little pocket, and he continues to move around. Still with possession. I don't know how he kept possession with it. Lamb trying to play that quickly up, looking for Hilly. The aggressors clearly the home team. NCFC just trying to see if they can work either the right channel or the left channel. They about came up with a gem after a misplay by Chayup, but we still sit 0-0. Baker, threads it. Fisher, curling, outswinger, headed, looking possibly for a half volley chance, but NCFC cuts it out. Chayup ganged up against NCFC on that touchline on the far side. Flag goes up. Looks like it will be indeed another free kick. Chayup battling two NCFC players. And a little extra touch by the defense, a little extra physicality, which results in a free kick. Looks like 5 targets now, getting close, right on the shoreline of the 18. Terranova calling what he wants his wall to do. Fisher has moved up also. He's played more centrally here. Looks like Baker's going to take it with that right foot. Maybe not. Clipped. Oh, McDonald had the right idea. Somebody trying to make that run close to the byline. We still sit 0-0. Very similar to what we have witnessed here at home for Salem City. They have dominated their opponent, but Still really close or even on the scoreboard. 0-0. 25th minute. Bader avoided one defender, may have ran out of real estate. Although Salem City, their bench was erupted of a no call. Schmidt had the right idea, playing it up. Salem City with 2 wins, 2 draws. NCFC with all wins. And the home side looking to shake up the table here before we hit June. De Leon, who plays at Campbell. It's going to be tough to play. Played it brilliantly by Tolentino. Tolentino looking for that outlet pass. Oh, clipped over brilliantly. Read by Fisher. Here's Lorenz bouncing off defenders himself as Schmidt used his tall size to head that one close to the attacking third. What a header by Kamara. His aerial attack is superb, and he's not shy to get up in the air. McDonald, an interesting yellow card given to him. Maybe the official thought he went in with his cleats up, but just looked to me as a 50-50 challenge. And even McDonald is shocked by the yellow card given. Good sportsmanship by Morrow. It'll be a free kick to NCFC. Their side of the pitch. Just inside the circle. Plays it on the carpet. A lot of white kits there. Shea up. Hilly. Hilly can hit it, and he did hit it there and off the fingertips of Wilson, and it goes out of bounds for a corner. Hilly has a quick Cobra-like attack where he will turn and shoot within a half a second or quicker. So, first corner for NCFC that comes here in the 28th minute is McDowell and De Leon over there at the flag. Nothing could be worse than getting ready for a corner and then after letting it go, they blow it dead. To have to break up the shoving match. Salem City doing the right idea by getting their numbers back here, but Lamb's also creeping as a possible trash bin. Good step. Spit out. Here's McDowell. The only option was to play it back to Toliento. And once again, trying to work this one over the top and into the 18, and may not gotten into the 18, cleared away. Here comes Salem City, seeing if they can work from the midfield and get back up to the attacking third. Chayup. Nice step, Lamb. Lamb, who looked like his freshman year at UVA was going to be not a lot of playing time, but towards the end got a bunch. Here's Lawrence. Is that Chapel Hill? Left foot and off the bar. The side judge pointing for a goal kick, but Lawrence He tattooed the bar, just unfortunately couldn't tuck it in. Terranova. They try to curl this over here, looking for De Leon. Baker. Try to cradle that. Left foot switch by McDonald. Well played. Right over to Fontes. Fontes, who plays at Wingate. Left foot a little too heavy. Can Fisher keep it in? And he can't keep that one from going on the opposite side of the byline. It'll be a goal kick for the visitors. Terranova, his freshman year, played 450 minutes. He led the team with 27 saves. And he had a career-high 8 against Duke back on the 13th of October. NC State, who has a new head coach, the coach that comes over from New Hampshire, who put up a juggernaut in New England, and now comes down to North Carolina to get involved in already a crowded ACC. Clipped, left foot. Kamara trying to clear it. NCFC slowly but steadily working into that final third, hoping for a possible PK. It'll be a corner, though.
We have 3 featured players tonight.
Tough for
Teddy Baker and Eve
me to see on this, or where my angle is, but that was Martin who went down. Is pleading to the official. Martin will get ready for his sophomore season at UNCG under the great Chris Rich at UNCG. A short option clip. That's actually almost worked out well, as this back line has come up all the way close to this final third. It's a roll of the dice, but it may just work. Martin, Schmidt, Baker. Baker just a tad bit behind that one, as Shannon trying to put this one into the mixer. Fisher. Fisher thought he had some daylight, but it was pulled back for a throw-in. Quickly, McDowell gets it in. Tolentino. Shannon back to the center, back to Salter. Salter, who will be playing at UNCG this coming season. Great link up. Sprays it to the right to De Leon. De Leon, left foot, outside of his left foot, being challenged by Fisher. Still keeping outside of the 18. Played to Bader. Bader to the left. NCFC now working, hoping to try to put it in. And this is deflected in. Not much of a threat to Wilson. Wilson stays away. But NCFC once again, here's Hilly. Hilly into the 18 to Tolentino. McDowell. McDowell tried to dance around it. Was almost poked away by Schmidt. Well stepped by Lawrence. Lawrence, who has been an NC Fusion product. McDowell, how he kept that one in. Oh, Lamb looking, maybe with a little bit of space, and he adds some more to it. In the first team ever to score against Salem City here in their home park of 2024 is Lamb.
Please check out our Salem City
On that
FC
far
merch.
stick.
We have new
Thought he
items
may
to
have
exclusive
hurt
t-shirts,
himself by
exclusive
waiting
clothing.
just a little too long, but it actually worked to his benefit. Tough to see if that angle closed in, but Lamb was able to find the back of the net. He scorched it right by Wilson. And so now NCFC, they have outscored their opponent now 14-0. And they've played almost 400 minutes of shutout soccer. Maybe not quite in the run of play, although in the last 10 minutes, NCFC has been very aggressive in that attacking third. Salem City will take that deficit of 1 goal down as Lorenz trying to work close to the byline, put it on the side net, but on the wrong side net. A goal by Lamb late in this first half gives NCFC a 1-0 lead. Something they're used to after almost witnessing a first opponent goal that they have let up. But that did not happen for Salem City, and NCFC worked their way into the attacking third, built their numbers up, and Lamb was able to make just enough space to bang on through and hit the back of the net. 1-0 is where we stand. The question is, does the home team have an answer? Morrow sandwiched between CFC defenders. Actually, that was Martin. Martin, who is from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Saw action in 5 matches for UNCG this past fall. Actually made his collegiate debut on September 5th against Campbell, where he faced his teammate, Curtis De Leon. Schmidt trying to flick that one on. Lorenz. The Tar Heel kind of hovering, trying to disguise himself. See if that back line can forget about him. Morrow takes a tumble. They want to quickly get this in play, which is the right call. Pacheco said, why can't I just go ahead and play it? And the official wants to bring it up even closer. Now Pacheco, very risky, played it back, and Wilson sends it. One 0. Brendan Lamb from Apex, North Carolina, just finishing his first year at UVA. Was named ACC All-Freshman Team. Made his first start with the Cavs against Syracuse at the beginning of November. And he averaged 73 minutes per game in the NCAA tournament. Talk about baptism by fire. And Pacheco goes down. He sold it. Martin does it. And Pacheco does it too. It works to the benefit of the home team. McDonald sprays it out to the right channel. Here's Chayup. Chayup trying to thread that one. Too much on it. Schmidt can't quite keep up to it. That one really had some legs. As that one goes out of bounds.
1-2 over there on the hill. Happy birthday, Matthew.
Terranova will get the whistle from the official to say, let's keep this thing going. From Fayetteville, North Carolina, Fisher using the outside of his left foot just to get it up and out of here. McDonald goes to work. Fisher clips it. And that is off the chest of Shannon. It'll be a throw in for Salem City here in the 40th minute. Baker. Baker very confident in his touch. You could tell that. Nice little 1-2. Baker put this one across on that far stick, looking for Fontes. And Fontes trying to make the argument that it was last touched by NCFC, but it'll be a goal kick. Schmidt going to toe-to-toe with Hilly. As Camaro not allowing that one to touch the ground. Morrow. They have really surrounded Morrow. NCFC they have circled number 10 for Salem City. He has not had much space in the center of the pitch. McDonald stepping on McDowell. McDonald gets it, looks to his left. Here is Fontes. Fontes. Changed sides, and it almost worked out well. But NCFC with possession, at least briefly, taken away. Possession back to Salem City. Here's McDonald. McDonald! Oh, and he put it hard on the ground, and how did that not tuck through on the bottom left corner? Brilliant idea by McDonald, but that thing got off his foot in a hurry and just could not find that low left corner. So close to making this thing level. But we sit 1-0. NCFC. Their flawless season continues as we move close to the end of the first half. Here is Fontes again. Fontes trying to whip this one across with that left foot, and it was blocked. Baker, here's Schmidt. Schmidt taken away. That was Bader, took it away. Good step by Chayup. Another good step by Morrow. Schmidt allows this one to go to Chayup. Chayup continued with a lot of pace, moving towards the final third, but it's cleared out. Throw in for Salem City. Kerrigan, who usually does get a lot of PT, trying to get back to 100%. Over the top, Fontes. Let's see what he can do. An offside call. Flag maybe on Fontes. Of course, it's tough for me to say I'm ground level. But at least I thought Fontes held up his run before that ball was played. Salem City also without one of their most potent attackers, Hoyles. He is apparently being saved. As Fisher.
Yeah, John. Walk it in. Let's go. Let's go.
Fisher just wants the ball. That's all he wants. Seth Wilson in net. Comes over from Akron. Now he'll be playing at UNCG under Chris Rich. 6'5", Seth Wilson. Morrow. Here's Baker. Breaker. Well played. Here's Fontes. Fontes into space. Slides it in. Is that going to be a point? Yes, it is. Morrow with a little forearm shiver that sent him straight down face first inside the 18, and it will result in a point to the spot. Morrow looks to be the one that's going to take it. Over 400 minutes of shutout soccer by NCFC. And now it could be all taken away with a PK by Morrow if he can get it past Terranova. "45 minutes on the clock. We are in stoppage time. And here comes Morrow. Kenny level it up at one apiece. Terranova awaits. Mara is slow approach, but he bangs it in, and it ripples the net, which signals that this game is a level at 1. The first goal allowed by NCFC comes in the final moments of the first half, depending on the stoppage time. Maybe 2 minutes, that's what we got. 2 minutes of stoppage time that has just been signified. 2 minutes of stoppage time. A goal finally allowed by NCFC, and they almost had themselves a ridiculous golazo that lifted and almost got behind Wilson. The old let's do one touch and blast it from center of the pitch. And Wilson was not ready, quite ready. He was able to knock it around or knock it over the bar. It'll be a corner. So with about a minute left, NCFC they have a perfect chance to regain the lead. It's 1-1. A PK by Morrow levels it up. The first goal allowed by NCFC, but they want to get right back in the plus category, but it won't come there. And that is the sound of the end of the first half, where we sit knotted up 1-1.
And we are tied at the half, 1-1.
Where, ironically enough, NCFC goes 300 in
your player cards tonight are number 11.
Actually, 405 minutes of flawless defensive soccer, not allowing a goal until the closing minutes of the first half, where a PK driven in by Morrow to make it 1-1. That's where we stand. First goal, though, in the late minutes of the first half by the Oahu, Brennan Lamb. Well, ironically, and I'll say that again, but surprisingly, when you have a good look and make one extra touch, it never really goes in your favor. But Lamb was able to beat the odds. Took just one extra touch to make some room, and he banged it. Maybe a difficult angle, too, but he got it past Seth Wilson, the 6'5" goalkeeper, made it 1-0. And then Salem City FC, after many, many trips into the final third, finally a ball that gets into the 18 with Morrow. Right behind it, he got tripped up, goes face first into the 18, the point to the spot. was going to be the call, and Morrow gladly deposited one on the side net to make it 1-1. That's where we are, and that's where we will finish off the first 45. We will see you in a little bit for the second 45. In Salem City FC, both clubs very, very well known between each other, and a lot of maybe bad blood and also some good blood, but it's always a rivalry when the derby, the I-40 derby, is under the lights. So we'll be right back. It's 1-1. Let's see if we can get some more on the second half. Wasn't expecting to be a little chilly, but now I'm getting chilly. How long can we go? You know, do you have a time? Check.
welcome back. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. Salem City FC versus NCFC.
All right. You're listening to The Quiet Storm. I'd like to wish everybody happy birthday if you haven't had a birthday already. Well, the anticipation is high, and it was high coming into this matchup before the first whistle was blown. But it definitely has turned exactly what we thought it would be, where both teams looking eye to eye, and we are sitting level 1-1 as we get ready for the second 45. First goal by Lamb. And the late part of the first half, which looked as if NCFC would indeed go into the locker room leading 1-0 and keeping that unblemished record of 14 goals for and no goals against. But a PK in the 45th minute as Morrow went face first into the 18, and they point to the spot. Was signaled, and Morrow took his time to mess with the psyche of the goalkeeper, Terranova. And it worked. He buried it into the right, low right corner, side net. Well, Salem City FC, they were the aggressors in that first maybe 25 minutes of the first half. And then NCFC slowly but surely worked their way into the attacking third. And as we say that, a trip quickly into the final third by Salem City, and a ball played across the goal mouth. Here's Baker. Baker now to Chayup. Chayup with the left foot, swinging that one across, and this is cleared out. And I'm tethered, and I can't grab the ball. I'll go out of bounds. This Kamara waits for the press and then distributes to Chayup. Triangle passing between Kamara, McDonald, and Chayup. Kamara plays at Tiffin. has started the match and stays in that center back position. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt trying to get enough room to send this one inside the mixer. That was Fisher. And Pacheco, falling, is able to head it. Pacheco played at Hofstra last season. Hofstra well known for their soccer program. A lot of Hofstra players made their way down south to play for the Salem City team. Clearance by Pacheco, couldn't quite stay in bounds. Morrow, who has spent time at Barry, UCF, and now I believe is headed to Gardner-Webb for the fall. Good pullback, immediately met by McDonald. Fisher trying to turn and clear. Here's Hilly. Hilly got one good look in that first half where the quick twitch, turn, and blast was on full display, but it was blocked by the home side. So bangs off NCFC attacker. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Wilson will take it. Lawrence again playing over here close to our broadcast booth. He got this party started in 2024 with a brace against Charlotte Independence. Is Baker curling it. Here comes Fontes. Fontes with some space. Will he put this one back here across? Baker is maybe the intended target. Good step by Pacheco. Pacheco coming in, trying to flick this one over. And a volley clearance that will sit right in the lap of Kamara, but Kamara got a little too comfortable. And I tell you what, Martin was coming all the way in fifth gear and almost stole it away, which resulted in a travesty for Salem City. We are level 1-1, level terms here in the I-40 Derby. NCFC sitting alone at the top of the table with a absolutely sparkling start to 2024. But Salem City wants to shake it up. And so far they have. Trying not to get in the draw column again, as this is well played. Lawrence able to settle. He's got an option, trying to play Morrow. Morrow has a support option with Schmidt, goes to Fontes. Fontes lifts that one. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a shot or it was intended for Baker, but it goes out of bounds and it'll be a goal kick. Fontes from Sao Paulo, Brazil, 5'7". Played at Wingate last season. And has had a lot of PT here in this match. Che up. We'll get that gift, trying to play that in the center. It was right to an NCFC player. Here's McDonald. McDonald left foot into space for Fisher to run on, and that one just kept rolling and out of bounds. Maybe we'll get a chance to see McDonald take one from outside of the 18. He has a good foot, and he's got some distance. His range is very deadly. Lawrence calling for that press to come up with Morrow. Fontes had to put on the brakes. And now NCFC, little too much on the touches there by that back line. Lamb able to find a pathway up. Fisher trying to clear that one, or at least put it up in that left channel. Here's a foot race between Lamb and Pacheco. Kamara battles his way for some inches to clear it. This is over the top. And I don't know about that. But Fontes, that looked as if he timed it. It looked as if Fontes did time it, but the side judge immediately put up the flag as soon as Fontes got close to the ball. Regardless, still a good idea. Clipped over. Here's Morrow. Morrow making his run. Morrow who has Salter on him. Across. Oh, that looked delicious. That looked absolutely scrumptious for maybe Baker to put it through the back of the net. Thought maybe they might indeed call a PK, but no, it's going to be a corner. So Fisher comes on over. A lot of options in the box. It's 1-1 in the 55th minute. Baker comes over as the possible short option. Won't need him. Elevated high, going way past that far stick. Fontes tried to escape. Fontes gets upended, and here comes a card. A card will be issued. Not sure if that is issued to a Farrell
Visit National Store downtown on Trade Street.
Or Shannon, but
selling some Salem City merchandise.
This will result in a very dangerous spot. Salem City with a good opportunity here to move ahead. Baker and Fontes together again. Who will take it? Will Baker use that right foot to curl it? Yes, he does. Curling. Oh, a brilliant idea. My heavens. As in the air and timing his run to almost perfection was Pacheco. And that ball was flighted right there for Pacheco. Pacheco crashing in, almost had one on a platter for him to send in, which would have been brilliant. Baker immediately stopped and waited for that slide tackle, which then also sliding over it was Hilly. And he came and touched it with his palm, therefore it's a handball. And it will be a free kick. McDonald looking. Square ball. Che up. Kamara wants it. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence has Schmidt on the far side as well as Fontes. Lawrence. A lot of traffic. Fontes on that outside. It's clipped over. Here's Che up. Oh, he put that one and tried to drill it. And I'm not sure if it deflected. Yes, it did. It did deflect
City players are fueled by Adelphia Food. Thank you, Adelphia Food, for supporting our team. The restaurant's
Actually did not deflect. It was all off of the foot of Chayup. Maybe Chayup got a little too excited for that window opening, and he just blasted that one over the frame. That one's going to haunt him, but a brilliant run by Chayup to get into that position. McDowell has an option to the left. De Leon. Right side, here's Hilly. Hilly almost gift wrapping that for his teammate.
Go see them for all your cold beverage needs.
Tolentino to run on. It's hard to believe we're just sitting 1-1. It's been end-to-end action here in this second half. Both sides very, very talented. NCFC got on the board first, and Salem City FC answered in the closing moments of the first half of the PK. Well, so far here in this second half, Salem City has had a couple good looks. In fact, a really, really good look by Chayup that very well could have made it 2-1. Well, we still sit 1-1. Baker is trying to hit that one down, intended for maybe Lawrence to run on. Baker. Some Gagan pressing. Here's Chayup. Oh, gets by two defenders. Brings in 1-2. A lot of NCFC numbers coming up to close in on Chayup. And NCFC has definitely made Salem City work for everything. Even trying to maneuver into space. Here is Fisher. Oh, he tried to clip that one up ahead and too much weight on it. He also had Lawrence to the right. He was hoping to play maybe a spinning backspin ball that would result in a nice ball played from Morrow up ahead. But not in the cards. Chayup steps. Has to trap that with both ankles. And Baker looking. Lawrence, brilliant touch on this touchline. Invites the press. Left foot swings across. Beautifully played. He was looking right for Fontes. Fontes poaching on that far stick. Chayup lifts it in the air. Here's Morrow. Morrow trying to turn and blast. Here's Chayup. Too much traffic inside the 18, but maybe 2 or 3 good looks by Salem City. Now here comes NCFC on the counter, and McDowell falling down, almost found one in the back of the net to make it 2-1 in favor of NCFC. That counter got there in a hurry. And that's something Salem City cannot allow. The midfield has definitely been in favor of the home team. But the scoreboard sits at 1-1. New player coming in. Also another former or fellow Wolfpack player, number 34, that's Evan Cruz. He has come in. He will be another weapon on the attack. Cruz from Knightdale, North Carolina. At 5'7", he made his debut for NC State against Radford. And he appeared in 17 games, had 6 starts. Well played across. Morrow. Oh, falling down. He was almost able to put a boot on that one, falling down, which probably would have been one of the best goals of 2024. But, of course, it does not result in a goal, and we still sit 1-1. We'll try it again. Fontes trying to skip over on a slide tackle that goes out of bounds. Quickly inbounds from Fisher. Fisher to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Fisher. Fisher. And now Salem City FC will work it in the back. McDonald running right into traffic, although Fisher and him were kind of bunched. Lamb coming out with it on the right channel. Last touched by Salem City. It'll be a throw-in for NCFC. Morrow inviting this back line to play around with it. Cruz tucked around here in a pocket, hoping not to be discovered. One. That's where we stand here in the closing of the very late 64th minute. Salem City may have had 3, maybe 4 good looks to make this 2-1 in favor of them. But off the counter, NCFC almost came up with one themselves by McDowell. Lamb working with De Leon. Lamb with 2 Salem City defenders on him. Back to McDowell. McDowell probing pass. Here's Lamb. Lamb so dangerous, creating his own space, clipping it across. Has Hilly. Hilly tried to even that one up at target. Here's a turn and shoot by Martin, but he keeps it on the ground and right in the vicinity of Wilson. He smothers it. 2 good looks by NCFC, one by McDowell. And that one, if it was just maybe a half of an inch close to Hilly's foot, that was right in his wheelhouse to bang that one into the back of the net. This half has been nothing but expected goals. That's it. More so for Salem City, but the display that was put on by the visitors there is a good indication why they have been so good this year. A little stoppage of time here. A very entertaining second half. Pretty much an entertaining match so far, going from the opening whistle. But we said at a deadlocked 1-1. You're most likely looking at the 2 best sides in the South Atlantic.
We'd also like to thank Dave & Buster's, our back of jersey sponsor, and also for bringing the fun tonight up underneath the cabana. visit stadium.
The visitors have been so good this season that they go all the way to this point of the season without allowing a goal towards that 45th minute where a PK was allowed. So they still have the streak of not allowing a goal in the run of play. But for the first time all season, they see a goal put in by their opponent. And in a tight one, as Lorenz coming in a little bit late, going up against the Wolfpack keeper, Terranova. Salem City trying to kind of herd this back line to move and keep it in the back, but they're able to find a way in some space. Played out to O'Farrell. O'Farrell teammates with Lawrence at Chapel Hill, the University of North Carolina. Chayup. Left foot trying to get one over into Morrow. McDowell tried to settle it. A turn by Hilly going up against Chayup. Chayup gets the best of him. And Baker able to keep that one in play. Morrow, brilliant touch. Almost collides head-to-head with Salter. Shannon going to the corner. I tell you, that corner has played very, very fast. You've seen a couple balls played that most of the time will sit, but they have really skedaddled over there and got out of bounds quickly. Fisher trying to turn. This was result in a blast that may have gotten passed by Wilson, but Wilson slaps it down. Lawrence going up against his teammate O'Farrell as Wilson gets it and then plays it over to the corner to O'Farrell. Lawrence meeting him. Here's Wilson. Or Martin, pardon me. Lawrence knocks over my Coke bottle. That'll be a throw in.
Park Stadium. I got it. Back again. Oh, John, back. Yes, I was wide.
Battle right here at our nap mic. There was 4 players involved in that. 2 Salem City FC and 2 NCFC players. Lawrence, well played, poked away, sliding. Lawrence, no. O'Farrell, the support to the left. Hilly, inserted pass to Martin. Here's Cruz. Chayup invites, or excuse me, Kamara invites him. No, it's Chayup, pardon me. Morrow getting spun around, able to keep his balance. Oh, this would have been a brilliant ball played up, maybe intended for either Baker or Morrow. But at the last second, it was cut out by NCFC. We remain tied, 1-1. Farrell, that wasn't really supposed to be a shot, more of a flighted ball inside the 18 for somebody to run on, but nobody was there. And it was an easy bounce and catch for Wilson. Fontes has gone down. Here's that press. Trying to usher this ball and keep it back here in the defensive third of NCFC. Morrow chasing. This may have been played off the back of Schmidt, and it is. It'll be a throw in for NCFC. Looks like Coach Chris Williams is going to bring in some fresh legs. Schmidt is coming off, and we'll see who's coming on. Looks like as Carson Griffith is going to come on. So Carson Griffith comes in. Cruz, his momentum going towards the midway line defensively, is able to play O'Farrell. Now O'Farrell to Cruz. Cruz got himself out of that predicament. Martin. This is setting up nicely. Lamb. Trying to get by Fisher. Lamb maneuvering. Not at all afraid of the double team. Also coming in for Salem City. Is Santiago Hoyos. So Hoyos now finally on. And they definitely need his touches inside the box. He has been Johnny on the spot. He had his frustrations in the first match against Charlotte Independence, where he had many good looks. But if you look at it positively, the kid just was able to find space, and just getting touches in the box was impressive enough. Hoyos, who is usually a starter, but may have gotten a knock and not quite 100%. But Coach Williams is going to bring him in here in the 74th minute. We now get close to the 76th minute. McDowell. Oh, he looks up. Hilly was all alone on this near side. Hilly gets it and is going to be immediately met by Chayup. McDowell now scanning. Slides it over again. They use the width. Here's Hilly. Hilly. Oh, Chayup thought he was going to use the big foot to send it across close to the byline, but he didn't quite bite. Hoyos. Well played. Hoyos trying to keep in possession. He goes down. It'll be a free kick. Lawrence with plenty of space over here, unless O'Farrell does indeed sniff him out. Yes, he does. As Baker quickly plays him. Lawrence now pinches in. Baker. Right foot on the ground. Who touched it last? The official says it's a corner. And the Salem City fans are pacing. The anticipation, the anxiety of this match is at a fever pitch. Baker, nice flighted ball. Far stick. Lawrence is now changed to the left side, lifting it. Oh, with the right foot. Oh, that was a brilliant play by Lawrence. enough to bait the keeper to come out. If he just had a target coming on, that would have been a nice one-touch goal. We still sit 1-1. McDowell tries the over the top. Pacheco wrestles this one away, gets knocked down. And possession goes back to NCFC here in their final third. Although now taken back by the home side. A lot of space over here to the right. They try to keep it narrow. Baker in charge. Baker clipping this one. High, arcing in the air. Maybe intended for Fontes. And we've got another substitution for Salem City. I'll tell you who it is in just a moment.
You may have noticed something new tonight, which is our...
It's Gonzalez who's come in. Gonzalez, also very creative player. A lot of toys coming in for Coach Williams here. Bringing in Lucas Gonzalez. Flicked. Asking for a handball. Quickly, the center referee waved it off. Not impressed. Camaro rushing back. And they'll continue to play it back to Wilson. And Wilson will let this one go. Late 79th minute. It's 1-1. Here's McDonald. He's so brilliant and very creative. Hoyos almost played defense on him. Not sure if that was planned, but I don't think McDonald expected it either. It's Fisher trying to play the left channel, moving it up ahead to Gonzalez. Long ball, big diagonal pass, and well stepped by Chayup. Chayup heads it up in front for Lawrence. Lawrence has his support, will be Chayup. He'll keep going. Close to the byline, right off the rear end, and O'Farrell able to keep it in. Outstanding defense by O'Farrell. Two Tar Heels going at it. I thought Lawrence had a beat on him. Somehow O'Farrell was able to use his backside, and it worked. Whipped across. Here's Hoyos. Off the rear end again. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence trying to cut in just to make one extra touch to put a good look and possibly one on frame. Clipped over. Hoyos. Oh, one touch. My. It's as if he walked under a ladder in the beginning of summer. How many good looks has he had, but his timing is impeccable. His awareness of space is fantastic. How this is not 2-1 is beyond me. Corner kick whipped across and trying to get a banana, but knocked down immediately by Terranova. '82nd minute. Salem City clearly in command of this match. For possession. Maybe by a slight margin, but they have definitely been the aggressors. NCFC has done a good job, though, of weathering the storm and then going on to the counter and then working diligently into this final third. Here is Gonzalez. Gonzalez outside of his left. Has some options, plays it back. Here's Griffith. Griffith Ushers it all the way back to Pacheco. Fisher basically hands this one off to McDonald as McDonald fighting on the left channel. NCFC has done a fantastic job of getting numbers all the way back, which has created a lot of obstacles for Salem City. And some subs coming on for the visitors right now. Looks like they're going to bring in Benjamin Rodriguez. Baker. Up ahead, Gonzalez. And knocked away quickly. By Salter. Baker. Oh, he squirts it through. Had Gonzalez. Gonzalez got tripped up. Oh, one touch up ahead by Lawrence. That was intended indeed for Gonzalez, but rather than a corner kick, it'll be a throw-in. Shea up, all the way up. Gonzalez, unlucky touch. Loose ball, hits the post. Kamara quickly plays it back to Pacheco. And Pacheco will now use the feet of the former Akron keeper, Wilson. Handball called on Hoyos. Close to that forearm. '85th minute. The score line at the end of the first 45 has not moved. It stayed the same. 1-1. But both teams really going at it. They've gone end to end, but nothing to show. Lawrence. Here's Cruz. Cruz, the wicked ball. That had some movement on that one as that one whipped across on that switch.
If your blood pressure is as high as mine right now, you might want to check out Wise Man on the Hill for a cold libation to calm you down.
It's like an injured player, too. Might be Hilly, who has gotten shaken up a little bit. Hoyos, probably the best look, and Shayup had a really good look too earlier. Will we still sit 1-1? Well read by Kamara on that cross. O'Farrell. O'Farrell's father played at Kentucky. He was a quarterback for Kentucky back in the mid-90s. Kamara stepping, keeping his feet as Wilson with a wicked rip. Here's Hoyos. Hoyos keeps it up and allows his teammates to get back down here. Griffith. Fisher. Fisher over the top to Griffith. Gonzalez lurking. Gonzalez. Oh, what a hit on us. Once again, an attempt to come in to take it out of the air is Hoyos, sacrificing every bit of his body, and he collides with Terranova. And Hoyos is shaken up. Fully committed, fully outstretched, risking everything to give his side a 1-goal lead. But Hoyos in agony, which of course we hate to see. He scored the only goal against Tobacco Road in that 1-0 victory. The last home match. But Hoyos, who has just been on another universe when it comes to timing and getting inside that 18. And right there, he about picked one out of the air and put that one through to make it 2-1 in favor of Salem City. Unfortunately, he collides with Terranova and is still on the pitch. Hoyos from Medellin, Colombia. He has been said as one of the best strikers that Coach Scott Wells has ever coached and worked with. At Gardner-Webb. And I think he might be transferring to NC State, but I'll check. Last year at Gardner-Webb, he was Big South All-Conference second team. Big South Co-Offensive Player of the Week on the end of August 28th. Hoyos up, at least walking, and the signal to sub him out has been shown by the athletic trainer. Came over from University of Charleston before he went to Gardner-Webb. Hoyos, at least right now, is upright, which is a good sign. And the sub coming in for Hoyos, we'll see who that is. They're going to bring Ryan Lee in. So Ryan Lee, who comes in. Ryan Lee, who's from Oak Ridge, North Carolina, and plays on the coast at UNCW. Did not appear in any games last season due to an injury, but he's a very, very skilled player. Working to get back to 100%. A slide tackle by McDonald, which could result in a card, but it does not. Pardon me, that was Lawrence. Goal kick. Once again, that byline comes up in a hurry. It says 90 minutes on the clock, but there was plenty of stoppage time, so I'm not sure what the exact time is. Of course, that is all on the watch of the center referee. Salem City, although they fought back from trailing 1-0 to tie it up, they have had their share of draws. They do not want another one. You can see the urgency, though, by Salem City. They want to quickly get it into play and move it into the attacking third. Another card given. I'm not sure who that is to. Elbow is apparently the call. I'll try to get a confirmation on the time, but there should be a lot of stoppage time allowed. Over the top. And 2 hops right into the hands of Terranova. Here's Gonzalez. Oh, well played. Baker into space. Here's Kelly. Baker, left foot, far stick, diving header. Oh, and it just missed the frame. What a great idea, and what a link up, but just not in the back of the net. Intended for Fisher, played by Baker, but just a little off. Apparently just 2 minutes remaining in this one. It's hard to believe that, but apparently that's what the official time is. Is there one more chance left for Salem City? Pacheco steps. Have to be careful. The counter. McDonald. This is over the top. Chayup is going to be in a foot race with Rodriguez. Wilson quickly plays it to Kamara. Kamara maybe had a little bit of a heavy touch, but able to get it back. Pacheco now with a heavy touch. He loses it. And this one will go out of bounds, and that's a throw-in for Salem City. Baker trying to disguise himself. Big ball. Lee rushing on. Lawrence able to settle. Oh, and he tried to play it back to McDonald. Outside of the foot by Kamara, but it did not quite skim off the outside of the foot like he wanted. What a battle between these two teams. Salem City definitely with the better looks here in this second half. And NCFC may be counting their lucky stars that they are tied with Salem City 1-1. Unless Griffith can work something on the clip. Griffith had another look. Oh, McDonald can hit it from there. Chayup dancing. Maybe a 1-2, but play it over here to the near side. Griffith looking, lifting, left foot, bending. Oh, patted down and then knocked over the bar. Unlucky again. How many times has Salem City been so unlucky that the ball is almost pushed into the net, but somehow stays out? Here's the corner, bending, header down, Chayup arriving. Here comes the counter, and here comes NCFC with Cruz leading the charge. Can Salem City FC get back to keep this tied? And a quick save by Wilson. Man, Cruz was headed up on a mission. And Salem City couldn't quite track him down. Wilson able to stop it. Wow, the tension is thick. This atmosphere here tonight it's always fun on the I-40 Derby, but NCFC, Salem City, formerly known as NC Fusion. They have had their bouts throughout the years. Now this chapter, nothing different. You wonder if there is just one last trip that Salem City could possibly get into the attacking third. But this counter has worked out brilliantly for NCFC. Which once again, they find themselves inside the 18 with a chance to win it. And a shot that just goes left of the post that keeps it 1-1. That shot was by Christian Lee. Right back into the mixer, and it goes out of bounds. And that will be the end of the 90. Once again, Salem City with another draw on the season of 2024.
We have a tie, 1-1.
But I think NCFC is the first time they've ever really been challenged this season to the point where, yes, it did look as indeed that Salem City was the better side, especially in that second half. Just no goal to show. We went into the locker room 1-1, and that's where we stay to finish out this derby between NCFC and Salem City. 1-1. A third draw on the record for the new branded team. Used to be NC Fusion. But Salem City can take a little positive from this, too, is they are the only side to put one past Terra Nova. Coming into this match, NCFC outscored their opponent 13-0. And going into the late minutes of the first half, it was 14 goals for and 0 goals against. But a PK by Morrow tied it up, and we stayed that way, 1-1, all the way through the second 45, and that's where we finish off, 1-1, a draw. NCFC will head on back home, and Salem City will get ready for their opponent on Saturday. But that is it for us. We'll be back in about a week when they return home. That's it for us as the final goes 1-1, a draw, 1 point to each side. I'm Ty Collins. Thank you so much for joining us. You are watching USL-2, Salem City FC hosting NCFC in a big South Atlantic derby. That's it for us. Good night.
That would have to be a certain type of pit.